1 year ago, Donald Trump returned to the White House as the 47th President of the United States of America. He came to power by promising to bring peace around the world and to make America great again. 12 months later, the numbers show a presidency unlike any other in modern American history. By January this year, Trump had signed 228 executive orders, which is more than any president in a single year. Only Franklin D. Roosevelt and Herbert Hoover, whose presidency spanned the Great Depression and the Second World War, passed more orders. So executive power has become the defining feature of Trump 2.0. From day one, immigration and national security dominated his agenda. Trump declared a national emergency at the southern border, expanded detention powers, and pushed United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement to work closely with local police as well as the military. And the result? Well, ICE arrests surged from around 300 a day to over 1,000. The detained population hit a record high of nearly 70,000. Deportations also more than doubled, even as people with no criminal records remained the largest group in custody. But this aggressive approach has come at a cost. Deaths in ICE custody have spiked, making 2025 one of the deadliest years for immigration enforcement in decades, fueling outrage and nationwide protests. And these protests have exploded. Since Trump's inauguration last year, researchers estimate more than 33,000 demonstrations across the country have taken place, which is nearly 4 times the number seen during his first term. One rally alone, the No Kings protest, drew millions, becoming one of the largest single-day mobilizations in American history. Well, then came the tariffs. Tariffs became his weapon of choice. The U.S. imposed sweeping import taxes on allies and adversaries alike, pushing effective tariff rates to levels not seen in almost a century. Revenues surged. Customs duties jumped 192%, bringing in nearly $287 billion. But for ordinary Americans, prices remained stubbornly high. Inflation barely eased, while staples like beef and coffee surged by double digits, forcing the White House to quietly roll back some of the tariffs. Foreign policy, too, became transactional. Donald Trump has used tariffs to force the hand of other countries, like the 50% tariff on India for its Russian oil purchases. And now he's threatening tariffs on countries opposing America's proposed takeover of Greenland, openly linking trade penalties to geopolitical loyalties. These moves have strained America's ties with its allies and deepened global unease about Washington's direction. At home, approval ratings have slipped. As per Gallup, Trump's approval now sits at 36%, which is down sharply from the start of his term. Trust in the government has fallen to its lowest level since records began in 1960. But as the world is trying to come to terms with Washington's new policies, the 47th president himself has pocketed billions of money. As per investigations by multiple news organizations, Trump has personally made at least $1.4 billion since returning to office, and that figure is a minimum. The Trump administration has pursued more than 20 overseas projects, often requiring cooperation from foreign governments, that the administration later treated favorably. And as a result, the family has reportedly earned hundreds of millions through cryptocurrency ventures, allowing foreign and domestic actors to funnel money directly into Trump-linked entities, often with little transparency. Major corporations have paid over $90 million in legal settlements to Trump since his re-election. Remember, Qatar even gifted the president a $400 million Boeing aircraft, which Trump has said that he plans to keep after leaving office. So in total, Donald Trump's gains equal more than 16,000 times the median U.S. household income. His supporters argue that he's a shrewd deal maker, delivering results, but critics warn that this is something entirely, absolutely selfish. This is the monetization of the presidency itself. As America heads toward midterm elections in November this year, remember the wars that America directly or indirectly triggered abroad continue to rage. With no end in sight, and at home, protests grow louder. Trust in institutions continues to erode. The cost of living keeps rising and political divisions continue to deepen. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Trump 2.0's 1 year in power.